Welcome back to episode number 4 of our FC 26 career mode here with Nantes in the French League. Now, before we move any further, lads, I'm going to ask for a huge favor. The last couple of episodes have done quite well, and that's because the YouTube algorithm is putting the videos out there for a test to see how it does. So please, please, please interact with the video. A cheeky little like and comments goes a long way. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to it. It's really appreciated. And now let's get into the video. We're 13th in the league, and within our last game against Lille, I've gone a long way to make that possible. But we have had a very poor start to the season. It's 2 weeks from our opening 8 games, 3 draws and 3 defeats so far. So 13th in Ligue 1 after 8 games played. We've got to keep on improving. As I said in the previous episode, one thing that keeps me positive is that we are creating a lot of chances right now. We're not taking those chances, but I do believe sooner rather than later, we will start taking our chances, and that will make us a better team. What we will like to do, or what I will like to do before I go into our first game of today's episode, is to promote one of the youth academy gems into the first team, and that will be Hamed Barry, the right winger, who is from Senegal. He's left-footed, so he's pretty much gonna play from the right-hand side for us. It's not gonna be an automatic starter, but what we will do is give him as much game time as possible until the January transfer window opens, where we can decide whether we want to sell him or continue getting him involved in the first team. Let's give him his first team professional contract there for Hamed. No way, we're facing that man today, Cairo Immobile, the top scorer in the division. Can we keep him and Paris FC quiet today? Only time will tell. This will be a tough game for us, you know. And they are second in the league right now, Paris FC. To be fair, I know I've said we've had a poor start to the season, but to put it into context a little bit, we're still about 3-4 points away from those European places, which is incredible. It just goes to show how poor all of the teams have been this season. There's no standout team so far. Even PSG, who you would think that would be a standout team in Ligue 1, they're having a poor season as well. But Leroux starts in that number 10 position. Kabar and Sissoko starts for us. We've made some changes to the starting 11 going into this one. Abline continues to lead the way. I mean, we're going to try and play out from the back as much as we can in games like this. You want to, Sissoko, man, come on, that's not what you want. But that's the only way I feel like you get a little bit of dominance in this sort of games. Immobile with a first chance of the game. Now, given his form this season, you'd have bet your house that he would have converted there. It's been a poor first half so far, man, but we're going to try to play off from the back if we can. It's not worked out so far in this half. Oh, we get it right this time. Ben Hattab on that right-hand side. Abline makes a stunning run. He puts it into the box. It is Mazwan Hisai who gets the opener for us against the run of play, because Paris FC has been by far the better team in this game. In terms of possession, in terms of wanting it more, they have been so much more superior compared to us. But Mazwan Hisai on that far post with his third goal of the season. Abline with yet again another assist to his name. Oh, what a game so far. Come on, lads, can we get that second? It's Simone to Immobile, back to Simone. He's got pegs, big tackle that time from Gilbert. He tries to put in a second tackle there, but it's not been successful as the first. Immobile in the box. We've got to not let him find himself one-on-one again with the goalkeeper. He missed that attempt in the first half. He's not going to do that again if we give him another chance. Back to Desmet. Desmet puts a cross in the box, and Lopez gathers that one. Relieves the pressure off his defense, off the team. On the break here though, Abline to Leroux. Leroux is found Sissoko. Here's the space for Abline. Mazwan Hisai having played through, surely for the second of the game. How has he not finished that one? The only player who looks like is capable of scoring goals for us as Hamed Barry comes on for his debut to replace Ben Hassab. Man, remember the name though. Remember that name. Remember that name for the Youth Academy graduate, Hamed Barry, who is in possession here. He cuts inside. He makes it look so easy that time. Maybe we might get to see one or two of those in the future, but Koza made a fantastic overlapping run there, but couldn't find a far corner, and that certainly would have been game over. Moses Simon is being replaced here by Jonathan Ikone. And that's it for the end of the game, lads. It's a 1-0 victory for us. Against the run of play, we scored that goal, which was positive. I mean, we've had that against us so many times this season, where we have dominated games, created chances and not take them. So to be able to have it go our favor this time, where we don't play quite well, but get a goal to win the game, that's the most important thing. Take a look at this though. It's crazy how back-to-back wins can take you from being a relegation contender to just a couple of points away from the European places. It's crazy, isn't it? Hopefully we can keep this positive momentum going at the moment. But the thing is though, most of the teams this season are struggling. Even top of the league, Monaco, have only picked up 17 points from 8 games, 2 draws and 1 defeat for them. Teams like PSG are struggling. Paris FC are in second right now. Toulouse are in third. Nice in fourth. The teams in the top 4, probably only Monaco that you would expect to be in that position after 8 games played. Still early days though. Still early days for a lot of the teams to be able to turn their fortunes around. But up next for us here, it is top of the league Monaco. This might just be one of our toughest games of the season. And look who is making his first professional starts today. It is our Youth Academy graduate, Hamed Barry, starting against top of the league Monaco here. So huge faith in the young man starting a game of this magnitude. But I liked what I saw when he came off the bench against Paris FC. He had some decent touches in that game. You know, when he had to cut inside, it felt so natural for him. Although not directly leading to a shot, it just felt natural. And I want to see more from him today against a tough Monaco side. Mazwan Hisse starts up front for us, and that means Ablai drops to the number 10 position, where I actually feel like that number 10 position might just be his best position, you know. He feels more comfortable in that number 10 position. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer, I don't think so anyway. Maybe that would improve. But Chris Wood leading the line here for Monaco, a bit of a surprise. I think they've got Paul Pogba in this team as well, who in real life is not had the best of the last few years, has he? A lot of things have gone on in his personal life, of course. Being banned for a couple of years did not help. But it's good to see he's back to full fitness. Hopefully this season for him will be an incredible season. He's a quality player, Paul Pogba. And talking about quality, what a pass that was. Was that from Le Penant, who played in Mazwan Hisse there? This is what I mean though. Le Penant he just have that ability to play passes like that no other midfielders in this team would probably play this pass. Okay, I think it might just have been a blind with the pass there and not Le Penant. But what a finish there from Mazwan Hisse, his 4th of the season. What a signing. I mean, to pick up a player from the Scottish League, right, that probably too many people don't know about. I think there's a comment recently saying what a decent buy that was. Excellent defending there from Tati. He had an incredible season in real life in the Scottish League for Motherwell. He's a player that I think will move to the Championship this season. I actually wouldn't be surprised if, say, a team in Ligue R, a La Liga team, a Bundesliga team picks him up, Mazwan Hisse. He's one of those players that would only get better moving forward. But Hamed Barry here, an opportunity to stretch his leg for the first time in this game. He cuts inside. Oh, Hamed Barry. I said, remember the name. I said when he came off the bench against Paris FC, he felt so natural. Cutting inside like that, he seems to have a decent finishing ability. Oh, he made that look so easy, doesn't he? Left-footed, cuts into that left foot, bends one to the far side. And it's 2-0 against top of the league, Monaco. He might have a bright future here, you know, if we can manage to keep hold of our academy graduates. Remember the name, lads. Remember the name, Hamed Barry. There's Golovin, the Russian. Alexander Golovin driving forward. He finds Ansu Fati on loan from Barcelona. I'm not sure if they've made that deal permanent yet. Paul Pogba in the box turns, the shot's blocked, and Monaco will have a corner. He's somewhat of a set piece specialist, isn't he, Alexander Golovin? Big save from the goalkeeper, not quite cleared. Back to Golovin, and it's well defended again from Coquelin, who is actually making his first start this season. A player that I would consider an offer if we do get one, but he's been asking for game time for a while. I tell you what, he's looked really decent today. The former Arsenal centre defensive midfielder. And it's been a much easier game than I anticipated this to be, considering Monaco are top of the league. I did say, though, to be fair, that although they're top of the league, they don't look outstanding in terms of they have already lost a game this season and drew 2 games this season. And Mazwan, he's saying, what's that in terms of XG? 0.2, 0.3 maybe. I did say sooner rather than later, our finishing was only going to get better. We have been working on them in the training ground as well. Letting on this time with the past. What a finish from Mazwan, he's saying. His second of the game. Can he get a hat-trick? I mean, we are having one of those games here where everything we do just feels right at the moment. A blind Mazwan, he's there with the hat-trick. Goalkeeper makes a save there. I mean, that could have easily been 4-0 and a hat-trick for our new signing this season. Girassi has had a quiet game. We've talked about Hamed Barry. We almost forget that Girassi himself is only 18 years of age, so he's still very young. I mean, he's had a couple of seasons on the first team now, hasn't he, Girassi? So in terms of experience, although he's still very young, he's got quite a fair bit of experience, unlike Hamed Barry, which he's been took off now, and Monaco from the resulting corner there. I was one home with a bullet header. This is something we've struggled with a lot this season, by the way. Defending set piece. It feels like every corner leads to an attempt from the AI, which, I mean, we don't have the biggest of defense, so it makes sense. However, we can still defend the corners and those sorts of situations much better. It will improve the more time we spend with this team, the more players we bring in that fits in with my own ideas, my own style of play. All of this will improve. A 3-1 victory for us there. Big results against a top of the league side in Monaco. I mean, I knew sooner rather than later we will have a game like this. I wasn't expecting it to be against Monaco, though. It's a big result for us. And straight into the next one here then at the Stade de la Bourgeois, back in front of the home fans. This time it is against Metz, and to find ourselves in a position where we were struggling to win games, we were struggling for results, so 3 wins in a row now. That is incredible turnaround in terms of our fortune this season. Mazwan Hisay leads the line again. A blind continues to start in that number 10 position. I was really impressed with him. I have been impressed with him in the last couple of games, playing in that number 10 position. It feels so much natural to him. He's one of those players that would rather play the final ball compared to being at the end of the final pass, if that makes sense. And I want to try and develop him further in that position if we can. It's only going to get better. He's our highest rate, by far our highest rated player in the team, and I'm sure we will get big offers for him, given that he's getting involved in terms of assists for us this season. So I'm excited to see how it develops moving forward in that position. Big chance there for Metz. 10 minutes into the game, and it's a great save from Chris Brady in goal, who starts this one. I tend to go with Lopez for the bigger games, and at the same time, we want to try and give Brady as many games as possible as well. So these sorts of games against teams like Metz, I don't mind starting him, but that's a good ball to Girassi. Pulls one back, but it's been dealt with on the near post. We win possession straight back though to Abline. Abline looking for support to Mercado to Girassi now to Le Penant, who plays in Ben Hatab in the box. So what a pass that was. I mean, I confused a blind pass for Le Penant in the game against Paris FC, I believe. But that time, it's definitely Le Penant win that pass. He makes it look so easy. I mean, he sees things that a lot of players out there doesn't see. He's well capable of punching those passes into the attacking players. And Ben Hatab with his second goal of the game in 10 appearances for him this season. As Mazwan, he said, the touch good. He turns out wide to Mercado, who's been excellent for us in this opening 23 minutes of this game. Mercado goes inside to Le Penant. He gets the 1-2 back. Mercado with a thunderbolt. What a goal that was for the second. And I tell you what, if I knew you had that in your locker, son, I would have had you playing as an inverted fullback for us. I've always thought his quality is making that overlapping run past the wingers, and of course he's excellent defensively, Mercado. But I never knew when he found himself in this sort of position. He's got that in his locker, and just like that, it's 2-0 up in this game. As Mercado again on that left-hand side has been so impressive. Good ball to Abline. Abline puts a dink cross to the far post. And it's Ben Hatab on the brace, 31 minutes into the game. Abline with yet another assist this season. But this is the quality of Abline, though. At the end of things, he doesn't make things happen for us. But being the provider like this, taking on his players, playing in fantastic final balls into the path of the other attacking players, he's got the quality to do so, and I'm enjoying using him in that number 10 position so far. And long may he continue as Gilbert plays in Ben Hatab, looking for that hat-trick. But he's not going to get one on that occasion. Still a lot of time to go, though. Back to Abline to Gilbert. This could be 5-6-0 today. Mets have been so poor. Can we play them every game? Can we play this team every game right now? Abline looking for support. He plays Le Penant. Le Penant back to Abline. Every time we go forward, it looks like we're going to score a goal. And this time it's Girassi. I think it's third goal of the season. His second goal of the season in 10 appearances. I'm pretty sure he scored 2 goals on previous occasions, but I probably would have been wrong there. But that's his second of the season. Abline with another assist to his name. So it's a brace as we make substitutions here, by the way. It's a brace for Ben Hatab. It's a brace of assists for Abline, and it's a brace of assists from Le Penant as well. Who gets the man of the match today is interesting. Everyone has been fantastic today. Tabibu off the bench. He makes a 5-0. Can we play Mets every single game? To be fair, I did say sooner rather than later. I thought it was going to be Monaco, but we only scored 3 goals against after we scored 3 goals against Monaco, I thought, to be fair, we could have gone on to score more. It wasn't to be, but sooner rather than later, a team was going to fall victim against us, given the amounts of chances we create. Not quite clinical in the past, but in the last few games, you cannot fault this team with how clinical we have been. One more here, Ben Hatab, again looking for that hat-trick. But it just wasn't to be. It's going to be a 5-0 victory for us here, lads. It is one of the most one-sided performances that we have had this season. Completely deserved 5-0 victory here. It could have been more. It could have been 7-8 in this game. Mets were so poor. Come on, lads. I think the official man of the match of this game went to Abline, but look how one-sided it was. More possession, more shots, more tackles won, better expected goals. Truly deserved 5-0 victory for us today. And whilst our form has improved on the pitch, and funnily enough, it's coincided with the promotion of Hamid Barry, our youth academy gem from Senegal, into the first team. He scored a goal already. I mean, as a famous manager once said, if you're good enough, you're old enough, right? It's doing quite well for us in the first team, I've decided it's time to send the academy scouts again. And we have got Chavu, who is scouting in Cote d'Ivoire this time, another African-speaking country. We have got Doucet scouting in the United States, just because our goalkeeper is that we've just signed, actually, Brady. Chris Brady is homesick at the moment. So let's look for one or two players from America that will keep him company. And we have got Blasik scouting in France here, finding us a goalkeeper. I thought about going for centre-backs in France, but we've got quite young centre-backs right now in the team, and I didn't want to scout for centre-backs both in the States and in France. But goalkeeper in France, in America, we are scouting for defenders, right-back, centre-backs, and left-back. And in Cote d'Ivoire, we are scouting for attacking players, wingers, as well as strikers. Right, lads, just to let you know, I do apologize. As you would notice, our next game here is against Nantes, which it's going to be a difficult game for us. But there have been 3 games where you wouldn't get to see the highlight. That's because I thought I was recording, but only to recheck the footage, and I couldn't find it. I had to go on postcom for this one, just to make sure it was being recorded. But those 3 games, you'll get to see the result shortly. It was a 0-0 against Le Havre. I think it's 2-0 against Lorient and 2-2 against Lyon. I mean, you didn't miss much in the Le Havre game, which ended up 0-0. Totally boring 0-0 game, but 2-0 against Lorient was exciting. A couple of goals from a blind, and we had the 2-2 against not Monaco, against Lyon. One of those goals came from Girase, and I think the other one came from Mazwan Hisse, if I'm not mistaken. But Gilbert, on that occasion, making the inverted run, or underlapping run, I should say. We tried to go for Mercado there, but only to turn and make the wrong decision. It's Thorban, who is still playing football, the former Newcastle man. Some of you might remember him as. But they've got a really good striker here, Longs, up front, by the way. They've got a really good striker. Is he Barry? He scored. I'm not quite sure what the striker's last name is, but for most of this first half anyway, he was a handful for us. But Mazwan Hisse was played in there on the 26th minute. He opened the scorer. Yet again, another assist from a blind, by the way. His 7th goal of the season for Mazwan Hisse. He's having an unbelievable season, isn't he? What a signing he's been. For how much did we sign him? 3 million euros? And he's having this much impact on the team. It just goes to show, when you do the scouting well, when you pick out the right players, sometimes your overall doesn't matter too much. As Alan St. Maximin was played in one-on-one here with the goalkeeper very early in the second half. Brady made a good save, and the resulting attempt was narrowly off target. That was a big opportunity for Lons, by the way, to get the equalizer there. But they just could not make that one happen. I think we ended up seeing this one out. We did go on to score one more goal in this game, which you will see shortly here. A blind plays in Mazwan Hisse on his left foot, weaker left foot as well. He smashes one home, comfortable for most parts of the game. Lens, one of the worst defensive team that we've faced this season, by the way. Other than the Mets game where we scored 5, Monaco was quite poor defensively. But Lens, they had all the possession in the world. But somehow, when we went on the attack, there was so much space in behind the defense. I was a little bit surprised as to how easy it was to play through them, especially in counter-attacking situations like that. But one thing I've noticed in the French league so far is you don't get the low block teams a lot. You either get possession-heavy teams or you get teams that play high line. Either way, it's good news when we face this team. But big attempt there for Lens. Maximin again with an opportunity to get himself a goal. He couldn't get the job done for his team. He missed 1 or 2 really good opportunities in this game. To be fair, although we were clinical and took our chances, on the balance of play, probably a draw might have been the deserved result for both teams. But yet again, this is what I keep saying. It doesn't matter right now that we're not at times producing the best performances. But those games, we still managed to pick up all 3 points, which is fantastic for us, and it's nice to carry the positive results going. But looking at the games that I was talking about there, 2-1 against Lyon, it was 2-0 against Lorient, and a boring 0-0 draw against Le Havre. You didn't miss much in the Le Havre game. 1 or 2 decent goals in the other games, especially one of those goals from Abline. It was a stunning goal, which I wish I got to show you that goal, but unfortunately, it wasn't recording, which was a surprise. But we didn't lose the footage. Well, we haven't lost the career mode. It's still here. It's just 1 or 2 games where we haven't recorded. I mean, it's allowed us to get ahead on the save anyway. But 15 games played so far, and we're 5th position right now, just a couple of points behind the league leaders. You would notice so far PSG are not in the picture yet. They're 10th in the league. PSG, 21 points picked up from 15 games. And I think they're 7 points behind league leaders right now, which is surprisingly Nice. But the bottom 3, Lorient, Le Havre there, in and among the bottom 3. Top goal scorers, Malik Fofana leading the way. Immobile on 9 goals for Paris FC. The likes of Dembele, Mazman Hisse is in there, having a fantastic season. Abline leads the way for assists, 6 assists in 15 games. I mean, he's quite creative, as I've said a couple of times. He's just not a good finisher. Lepenant's in there as well with 4 assists. For clean sheets, we've got our goalkeepers, 2 goalkeepers in the picture. Chris Brady, 3 clean sheets in 5. And Anthony Lopez, 3 clean sheets in 10 games. The younger goalkeeper at some point is going to take over, right? But smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.